deep.
All right. So for episode 1, we're going to do breaking generational curses. So this topic will be what beliefs, habits, and cycles that we choose to end here. All right. So, sister, question 1.
Question 1.
What was normalized in our family that should have never been?
So I did some research and I found a term that I think was perfect for this question. It's called the accountability gap. And what that is it describes situations where a conversation about an era, issue, or disagreement shifts to criticizing the younger person's tone, attitude, response, or behavior to bypass accountability.
Okay.
And I think that's perfect for the question as far as what was normalized, not even just in our family, but I think in a lot of families where, it's respect your elder. It's it might be a issue or a disagreement or something that happens with an elder from a younger generation. And regardless of the behavior of the elder, the younger generation is expected to apologize or take accountability or
I'm gonna stop you right there because I don't want you to get too deep into that because of what the next question is.
I got the next question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't want it to overlap because I'm saving the next question for you because I know you're very big on question 2.
Yeah, I that's why I did my homework last night.
Okay,
to
so
make sure I didn't. Accountability gap.
Okay.
I think that was the biggest thing, and I think respect your elders. I think it's one of the things that a lot of our generation, and I think the generation before us, and maybe even before them, had to face. Where, despite of what happened, what was said, how it was handled, because you are the younger and they are the elder, you have to take accountability, and sometimes it bypasses them either taking accountability or acknowledging how they handled the situation, apologizing. And I think that's something that's been normalized in a lot of families, not just ours.
Definitely, because I do feel like with that normalized, if you want me to talk to you a certain way or want me to handle something a certain way, at the end of the day, regardless if you're my elder or not, I'm still an adult.
Wrong is wrong.
And wrong is wrong. So I don't want to piggyback off a question 2 either, but just to get into it, just because you're my elder, that does not give you the okay to disrespect me.
And I think everybody should be accountable for their actions.
Exactly. And if you want to hold me accountable and want me to apologize, I feel like the same should be on the other person's end.
Yeah. Now, that does not take away of the fact that we are all responsible for how we choose to respond. However, I do think that it's important not to skip what triggered us to respond that way. And I think that's usually what's missed because it's an elder.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the accountability gap, I think, was a big one for me.
For me, on my end, something that's normalized in our family for a fact is we are raised to not show emotion. And I think we should normalize that showing emotion does not make you weak, it makes you human. Point blank, period. It's okay to tell someone this made me feel some type of way. You do not have to always be the strongest person in the room. It is okay. Normalize not feeling like you can't show emotion or it's going to make you weak. No, everybody has emotion. And that is just going to really hunt you later on down the road. It's going to really cross over into relationships because you're going to have an issue being able to let that wall down to let someone else in because you're so used to just having that wall up and being detached because you don't want to get hurt and you're watching your emotions and you don't do it.
Feeling
Okay.
like you can't be vulnerable.
Exactly. Like you shouldn't do that. Like, let's not normalize that. Normalize, like, yes, it's okay to show emotions. It's okay to have those hard conversations with your parent or with whoever. Just, just to be heard and not to hold that in. I don't feel like that's healthy at all.
I think that goes back generations too, because Black and brown families specifically, I think that goes back to where our parents felt like they couldn't show emotions. Their parents probably felt like they couldn't show emotions. So
our family struggles really hard with showing emotion. Tough love is how they show emotion, and that's not always needed. It's not always needed. All right. So our next question is, how do we heal without disrespecting our elders?
So with this question, the first thing I put down and underlined an exclamation mark was therapy. And I think therapy can be different things, like not just going to a therapist, but I think therapy could be whatever, therapy for you may be, whether it's praying, meditating, going to therapy, whatever that case is. But I do think therapy kind of helps you acquire the tools that you need to have these difficult conversations with your elders without being triggered. Because I think a lot of times when we go to have these conversations, we want the healing, but you never know how your elders are going to show up. So something, their response or the way they take it, or the way the conversation goes, may trigger you to let your emotions show up first, and then you don't have that balance and you don't have that control,
Right.
with your emotions to have that conversation without it getting lost on how you feel. I also felt that everyone has to be emotionally and mentally ready to
To
come
have a
to the table.
conversation. Yep.
Yeah, everybody has to be ready,
Mm-hmm.
to have uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
conversations. Not to criticize, not to judge, not to attack. I think that we go into it without giving grace. We have to give grace. We have to give
Mm-hmm.
understanding of where the other person is as far as their capacity
Mm-hmm.
and their experience. Um, Lastly, I put that you have to trust the intentions are good and they come from a place of love. Listen to understand and not to respond.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think in these conversations, because they can get uncomfortable, because they can get intense, because um, there's going to be a lot of things that you don't want to hear. There's going to be a lot of hurtful things, but it doesn't come with the intention to hurt.
Exactly.
And if we can come with that, then it won't turn into a defense where now
Mm-hmm.
you're talking at each other,
Right.
you know.
And no understanding is getting done because at the end of the day, parents just have to be able to show up for their children when listen, growing up, this bothered me. Growing up, this, and it's okay to be like, okay, maybe I did do that. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay to be like, sorry. So when it comes to having to talk to your elders, I feel like therapy probably is the best situation, maybe so that y'all can have that third party to hear each other. Because honestly, sometimes elders do not want to hear what they did wrong.
Right. Need that mediator.
They don't want to hear what they did wrong, and it's like at the end of the day, that's my experience. Regardless
Mm-hmm.
if you meant it to be
Intentional or
intentional or
unintentional.
not, that
Mm-hmm.
that was my experience.
Exactly. Exactly. Nobody, because one thing too I think parents forget is that we understand that whatever it is that we're coming to you to talk to you about at that time, you did the best you could with what you had. Like you did the best you did, you parented or you made whatever decision you made, you did it with whatever you had at that time, whatever was given to you.
Whatever tools you had, what you
Right.
knew.
So we again give grace and know that the person is coming to you with the intentions of love and good and not trying to attack or criticize or judge you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think that's important.
So we were talking about therapeutic things that you can do to cope with these situations, right?
Mm.
We did say therapy. So what else can be therapeutic? Like, what do you find therapeutic in that time?
For me, it's definitely therapy.
Therapy.
Yeah, it's therapy. A prayer, of course, journaling, and but therapy really got me through. I think I needed a safe space. I needed a
Mm-hmm.
place to unload. I needed a place where I could be vulnerable and dig deep into whatever level of trauma I had, whether it was my personal trauma, childhood trauma, whatever it was, so that I can not only express my experience and what I've been through, but therapy makes you hold a mirror to yourself and hold yourself accountable,
Right. Mm-hmm.
because it's not all of, you know, parents or grandparents and what they did to me. I have to be able to be honest about, well, how did I show up?
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't perfect.
Right.
I could have handled the situation or said it
Exactly.
differently or done it
Mm-hmm.
differently. So therapy allowed me to be accountable
Mm-hmm.
for my actions so that I can pinpoint, okay, this is what I need to work on so that I can change and I can be better. Because how can I approach anyone to have a conversation and to come across with respect and
Mm-hmm.
not come across attacking or criticizing if I'm not healed? So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, I will let y'all know now. I am not a person that goes to therapy. I'm not against therapy. It's just that I'm open to it if I feel like I need it. So I am a person that when I am dealing with stuff, the way that I cope with it is I go to work. I
Mm,
I go to work so I don't have to sit and dwell on it and think about it. That is probably one of my worst traits that I have
Ooh, avoidance.
because I do. It's avoidance.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the worst traits that I have because I go in that autopilot mode. Autopilot. And let me tell you something very quickly. I found myself becoming a functioning alcoholic because I am not letting this out. I have nobody to talk to about it. I feel like nobody's gonna understand it. I'm always looked at as the strong, person to everybody can come and dump all their issues on. So it's like sometimes I feel like I don't have that space to be vulnerable. I don't have that space to break. And so that I don't break, I'm gonna go throw myself into work.
Wow.
But when I realized I was doing that, like previously when I was working a very stressful job and I realized that I was drinking 10 times more than I ever had in my entire life. Now I need those break days. I need those mental break days. I need those days where I just sit in the house and do nothing and shut off from the world just to get myself together. That's how I cope. I like to isolate, recharge, get myself together because I can't be a friend. I can't be a good person. I can't be nothing to nobody if I'm not good.
So with so many, wow, come on, breakthrough. So with so many people dumping into you, and because, and you do give off, I'm the strong one, I can handle it. So with everybody dumping off on you and, basically relying on you to carry whatever load they're dealing with because they feel like you're the strong one. I know you disconnect and you have that isolation period where it's like, okay, I need my time. How do you unload? Like, where do you unload?
So when I have those times to myself, I do different things. Like if you know me, you know I am a multi-talented person. I braid hair, I sing, I do all type of stuff.
Build a
And
she shed.
I'm going to do anything, and I do that. I'm with my dog, my child. I take him out, I dress him up. I just do whatever my little heart desires during that time, even if it's just going on a date with my husband or taking myself on a self date or we have sister dates. It's just time where I can let my hair down and I don't have to worry about that. And then I had to become a person where I had to be like, you want to know something? Should I say? Everybody else's issue is not your problem. You cannot help everybody. You can only do what you can do. What somebody else got going on, regardless if they're looking for you or help or not, I ain't got it. I can't help you because 9 times out of 10, those people that reach out to you for help and need you, those are people that you can't go to when it's time for you to break and you to help. And when I realized that, like, okay, if I was in this situation, I can't come to you. I became that little yes man is gone. Like, no, I can't do it.
It's very exhausting.
It's so exhausting. Like I cannot be that type. I can't do it.
And what's so interesting is that your loved ones, we'll use elders, but your loved ones don't realize how heavy that is and how taxing that is. And I truly don't think they have ill intentions. I don't even think they realize they're doing it.
I don't either. I don't think they realize
they don't.
It's
but
just
it is so heavy.
This is the person I know I can call to that's gonna get it done.
Yeah.
And trust me, I'm gonna get it done. But at the same time, I have a life too. I'm married. I have a job. I got things I have to do. And on my days off, that don't mean I want to spend every day and every single day doing for somebody else. I mean, as selfish as it may sound, but we're in a time where it's time to be selfish.
And that's to this point about the disrespecting, because a lot of things, self-care, boundaries.
Not to cut you off, sister. How much alcohol is in this goddamn spritzer? 9. All right.
9%.
Here we go. All right. Here we go.
Well, it's fine.
It's okay, y'all. It's fine. I was just asking.
It's 9.
All right. Basically teleport. All right.
Shut up. Little Pink Taylor. But to this point, this is good, though. This is a good question. Because boundaries.
So important.
And boundaries can be misunderstood as disrespect, because for the elders, they are so used to being a priority. They're not used to hearing, how you have children that aren't used to being told no.
Like these kids right now, these kids are not used to being told no.
These 50, 60, 70-year-olds, they're not used to being told no. They are the children. They are not used to being told no. You're supposed to answer. You're supposed to show up. You're supposed to be there.
Don't matter what you got going on.
Doesn't matter. they're the elder.
Mhm.
They are whatever they are, whether guardian, parent, mother, father, grandpa. It doesn't matter who it is. And I'm gonna say loved one because it's not always your parents.
No, it's not.
It's not always your grandparents,
Mm-mm.
but your loved ones, i.e., elders. They don't take no kindly. They don't
No,
like.
and it's
I'm
like you're
not.
being disrespectful if you say
Mhm.
no, and it's like no,
No.
I'm not. But like I said, I have normalized understanding when we're adults.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're not children anymore. I can't be at your every
Right.
beck and call like I used to when I was 20.
Right.
You know, I live a
Right.
whole nother life now.
Right.
Like, you know,
On top of work.
on top of work.
Mhm. And everything
Another
else.
thing too about our work ethic, we get that from our mom. But if it was up to our dad, like we would never work. Maybe like one day out the week, but he hates
our
that
job.
he hates that we have
He
to
hates
work.
our work schedules.
And leaves us no generational wealth.
Yeah.
But hates that we have to work. I don't know how we're supposed to make ends meet, but
he hates our job.
he hates that we have to work. But
You at work again?
you
Sir,
have to
it's 5
I have
days.
to work. I can't.
It's 5 days.
I mean, it's Monday. Like, what do you mean? I cannot come and take you to the stove, sir. Sorry. Mm-mm. So our next question is, and I'm gonna let you start it because I really can't answer the question the way it is, but I can answer if I did have children, what I would pass down. So, what cycle do you refuse to pass on down to your children?
Two things that I looked up, and one of them I'm gonna harp on. The other one is a term that can be used in so many different situations. It may be a little too harsh for this question. So I'm going to focus on what I found a term called blind deference.
Okay. What is that?
Blind deference is the act of yielding entirely to an authority figure, unquestioning obedience, and it's pretty much the because I say so rule. Yeah. So
got you. Okay.
that's what that is. And when I read that, that really hit home because and I'm sure so many people can relate, not even just us, but generations before us, particularly Black and brown families and communities, we come from I do it because I say so. Mm-hmm. There's no explanation as to why I'm doing it because that's looked to as disrespect. So that is one thing that I refuse to pass down to my daughter, only because children are very inquisitive. They want to know why. They want to know, they have questions. They're children, so their minds are they're a sponge. They're always wanting to learn, wanting to know. They have a question for the question for the question. So, for example, my daughter going through her potty training period and getting older, and it turned into not just going to the bathroom, but knowing when to stop whatever's taking your attention, whether it's the TV show, the game, playing, whatever it is. Stop, listen to your body, go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And it's hey, go use the bathroom, and she either doesn't want to because she thinks she's gonna miss something. Kids always think they're gonna miss something, or she will, why I don't have to go right now, and instead of what did I say? Go to the bathroom because I said to go to the bathroom.
Right.
She wants to understand why. So it got to a point where it's like, you know what? I'm gonna explain to you why. Mm-hmm. The reason why we stop what we're doing to go to the bathroom is because you might not have to go right now. But if you wait, then you really gotta go. You might not make it. Now you done peed on yourself, and whatever you're doing, you either gonna not be able to do it or get in trouble or what have you. So go ahead and do it. Kicking a ball in the house. A kid kicking a ball in the house. Stop kicking that ball in the house. Why? Because I said so. That doesn't register to them. Mm-hmm. So it's like, because you see that TV, you see that vase, you see that lamp, you kick the ball in the house in this closed space, you're going to knock that over, that's going to break, you're going to get in trouble. Take it outside, you got space and opportunity to kick it. And my daughter is the type to be like, oh, okay.
You're right.
And go right on and do what you instructed her to do. So I think coming from an era where we were told to do things, because we're still learning right and wrong. Kids don't automatically know what's right and what's wrong. And I think a lot of our elders forget that. Like, kids don't just wake up one day and know that this is wrong and this is right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It takes patience, and they're not being disobedient or disrespectful when they either go back and forth or ask you why. They really just want to understand why. So that's something that I think is something that I'm refusing to pass down. And it takes a lot of patience, and a lot of, patience is difficult to have. And I speak from, experience. And I think a lot of our, elders in our generation, they had to work. We don't know what their experience was and what they had to deal with, so the patience was thin. They did the best they could, but I think that was the biggest one. I didn't want to be.
You didn't want to pass that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say it's two things. That one thing I wouldn't pass down if I had children or was going to have children. We ain't got to worry about it. And the one thing that I would pass down if I had children, the one thing that I would not pass down, bullying is not parenting. Bullying is not parenting. Of course, you all want respect from your child, and granted, I just feel like how you treat a person, you will get respect of GP. But respect and your child being scared of you are two different things. Bullying your child is not parenting. And one thing I will pass down to my child, and that my mom definitely instilled into us, is confidence and how important it is to be an individual. So that my child is not going to be out here constantly looking to be validated by, like social media doesn't validate who they are as a person, or I'm going to go follow this lead, or I want to feel like I need to fit in. No, I was the child where if everybody was over here in the clique, I was over here by myself. Like, if everybody's going left, I'm going to go right. I want my child to be able to have their own lane and be confident. Be confident in anything they do and whatever they do and whatever walk of life they want to take. Like, that is something my mom definitely passed down to us. My mom told us we were pretty every day. My mom, she might have tell us she loved us every day, but we knew, we knew. So we were loved, and I want my child to feel that same way so that they don't have to go out here looking for it.
That's a good point. I think what you said kind of reminded me of. I didn't harp on this, but there was a term I thought was interesting called emotional blackmail. And what that meant was it's a manipulative tactic where someone uses what they call FOG, fear, obligation, and guilt, to control someone's behavior. So it's like threats of like punishment or withdrawals of affection to get someone to basically comply.
Right.
And I think with children, what we've seen in the community throughout the generations is that, a child may not want to, they might not want to do something. And it might not be so much as being disrespectful. It just might be something that they don't want to do. Like my daughter is not affectionate. She's not a hugger, so
and while you're right there, I'm sorry to cut you off. That goes back to question one. We are not affectionate people. We did not grow up with affectionate people, and we grew up with all women. Like, we have one male cousin. Like, all the rest of the males in our family were married into the family. You would expect us to wear our emotions on our sleeve way more than what we do, but we are not. When I initially got into my relationship, that was an issue because, he would come home or whatever, and I'd be like, "Oh, what's up, nigga?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
literally.
You know what I mean? It's like, "Hey, you gonna give me a hug? You ain't gonna give me a kiss?" And it's like, "Oh, my bad." I mean, it's like a foreign language. Like, if someone used to come and hug me, I'm like, "Oh my God, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming."
Hugs.
I'm just not emotional, even though now I'm becoming more open and more affectionate than what I've ever been. But I'm in a different light in my life now. I mean, I'm healing. I'm normalizing things that's foreign to me because I'm understanding that things that's foreign to you and things that are scary to you that's the path you need to take. If it's staying comfortable, is not it.
And we'll probably talk about this in the next episode. But so I was affected the complete opposite.
Exactly.
Yes, I was overly affectionate because I was out of a family that, talking about our mother's side, right? Out of our family that was not big on emotion. Like, you knew they loved you, but they didn't show it in a like physical hugging, kissing, type of way. I was a very affectionate child. Like, I always wanted to hug. I always wanted to kiss. Like, I was just so affectionate.
And not to take this away from anything, but her dad's side of the family is very affectionate. Very affectionate like that. And nothing is wrong with it because I'm like the Grinch when I go over there. It's like, oh, they give me a hug, my little heart melts. You know what I mean? Because I mean, they're very affectionate people. Like, they want to hug you. They want to. Neither side of my daggone family is affectionate. I mean,
got it from both ends.
Neither side of my
family. I would want to hug my sister, and I can feel that she just like.
I don't
hated every second of it. Loathe entirely. Like, it was
all day long.
It was
we are
terrible.
Not affectionate people, and like now we're older. Our mom's older. Our dad is older, and they're very affectionate now. And it's like, what's happening?
And it's so annoying because now I've adapted.
to not being
too affectionate because they're not that type of people, but now they want to be affectionate. I'm like, this is weird. Like I've adapted to you not being. Oh my god.
Yeah. So, yeah, that definitely goes back to question one. We are not affectionate people at all. We're not. I just told y'all we don't show emotion. So we weren't those type of people.
So to remind y'all, what was normalized in our family that shouldn't have been, not showing physical
affection or emotion. Because I mean, if you sit back and you really think about it, like if you're in a relationship with someone, you can love this person to death, and it's like.
We got an uncle. I swear, I used to tell him I love him just to make him uncomfortable. And he'll be like,
yeah, but that is true. We have a aunt like that too, and it's like, welcome. I hug him on purpose. I don't even like hugs. Like I don't even like hugs. He be like, "Hey,
I love
how
it.
you doing?"
How
you doing? Let me tell y'all something about that uncle. That uncle, growing up, never missed a Christmas. Never missed a birthday. Never missed a Halloween. We always had something.
Easter baskets.
It did not matter. That uncle.
Our family showed love in
another whole way. So when I first got with my my husband at the time, it's like, hey, why would you think I don't like you? I speak to you every morning. Like that's how I felt. Like I talk to you. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't talk to you at all. Like if I didn't like you, I wouldn't do X, Y, and Z. But it's like no. That's no, Shantae. That needs to be untaught behavior. Like you need to do more to show a person that you care about them. You need to do more to show a person that you love them. And I didn't know. I'm like, I cooked for you. I thought that was enough. I really didn't know. But it's like, honestly, I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. It's something I was talking about today. Your 20s is where you do all the fuck. By the time you are 30, you are well set off in who you are, what you want to be, and how you're going to carry yourself. And I have grown so much from the person that I was when I was 20. I look back at the things that I did when I was 20, and I have no idea where I got that energy from, why I was doing these things. But it's like, baby, gone now. You know what I'm saying? It's like you grow so much from those things, and you realize your mistakes, and it's like, yeah, I could have.
30 is figuring it out.
30 is figuring it out. You figured it out. You got it. And if you at 30 and you ain't figured it out, then goddamn.
Goddamn.
I mean, because baby, let me tell y'all something. I lived a life, honey. I had a ball in my 20s, okay? To the point where now that I'm 30, I am calm. Like,
because I did it all.
Nothing phases me. I had a good time. And the only way that you will ever grow up to be in that mindset is you gotta fuck up first. Yeah. How you gonna learn if you don't fuck up?
Yeah.
But anyway, so our family aren't emotional. They're not emotional women at all. They're like the hardest little women you ever find.
But it builds strong character. We got thick skin.
Very thick skin.
One thing about it, we got thick skin.
So thick, baby, that I don't even know you got a problem with me. You got to walk up to me and slap my ass in the face. I have no idea. I mean, skin is thick. No care at all. It doesn't bother whatsoever.
Me. It's a little funny. Like, oh,
you upset, girl?
Oh, you mad?
Poor thing. But yeah, we really do. But yeah, it does build a good character. But
that's why I say one thing, and just to wrap this episode up and put this out there, the reason why we want to explore doing this podcast, we're not polished. We raw, we real.
Very.
And this is conversations that we feel are important. We don't have the time to sit and talk about these things. And we feel like a lot of our experiences being in this time of this generation where we're looking back and breaking generational curses and mental health and things that our parents and grandparents didn't know anything about. They probably didn't even have the opportunity to learn about or to have the space to learn about. So we want to have this podcast to have these conversations and bring these conversations up and have it build into something where everyone feels comfortable. It starts a dialogue. It starts a conversation, not just with our generation, but with our parents, with our grandparents. Let's talk about it.
Because very soon we do want to start having guests, like sibling guests. Like we have cousins who have multiple siblings. We have a cousin that's only child. Like, and we just want to know how that growing up was for you.
Let's talk about it.
Let's just talk about it. So basically, our takeaways from today was overall, healing starts with honest conversations. And it does. It starts with those hard, honest conversations. I don't want to hear it, but I got to, you know? So we hope that y'all will be able to join this sister circle next time. Please just follow our YouTube, which is Black Sisters Speak podcast. Follow our TikTok, which is Black Sisters Speaks, as well as our Instagram. So, okay, so that y'all can stay up for updates, because it's going to be very hard for us to give you an exact date on when we will come back, because we live 2 different lives. Okay, but
we got to get there.
But we are excited about this. We love doing this. We feel like this is a very good outlet for us, because my sister really wants me to go to therapy, but I just feel like this will help.
That is our goal, is to get her into therapy.
And like, I'm not against it, y'all. I'm not against it. It's just that I like to do on a self journey myself. If I can't do it myself, then yes.
But one thing about therapy, you got to go when you're ready.
You have to go when you're ready. You can't
make nobody go. You have to go when you're ready.
And I don't feel like I'm at a point where I do therapeutic things throughout my day-to-day just so I can stay sane. Like, for instance, one thing somebody don't know is I do journeys where at least like every other month or every 2 months, I stop drinking for the whole month, just to get my mental clear, just to get my body detox. Yes,
that is amazing.
Yes, I do it all
the time.
For you, I do it all the time. And I also do it because, really briefly, I feel like our family kind of suffers from addictive personality in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we do have people who have passed from alcoholism or suffer from alcoholism.
Some type of substance.
Yeah, some type of substance. And I always just want to make sure I never slip into that.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely was working at a job where I was a functioning alcoholic. I was literally, but something was in my cup at any point in time, and I was still working like it was nothing. And I don't want to be that girl. I never want to feel like that again. I felt disgusting. Like, my body was so sluggish. On top of that, I was smoking Black and Milds. I don't do that either. Like, so
do you feel that difference?
It's a huge difference.
Oh my God.
It is a huge difference. And that time, though, that month I go without,
you feel so different.
Without drinking, I feel so
look good.
Yes, that's why. Because I literally, I go months without drinking. Now, I haven't done it since April. Okay, but another month is coming. This is the summertime, so this is when I kind of drank the most, but I haven't done it since April.
No,
but another one will be coming soon, because it really helps me clear my mind. It really does.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, so y'all, we're gonna keep y'all updated. We will be out. We posted this tonight around 8:00. We hope to see y'all. We hope y'all love it. Like, share, subscribe. Support your girls. We love y'all. Please subscribe and become
give your feedback.
Absolutely.
Be respectful though. Don't
please, because baby, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how I block like this. Baby, you ain't even see it coming.
But we are open to
anything. We're open to topics. We're open to all feedback. So just please comment. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Join our sister circle. Okay. We will see y'all next time. Thank y'all so much for y'all support. Y'all have a good one.